Hello and welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons. I'm so glad I gave a countdown. You immediately started. Thanks. I appreciate that. Anyway, that's totally staying in. Anyway, yeah, welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. If you blah, blah, I'm still not used to doing this recording. I'm so used to doing this in the stream format, so don't really know how to start these things. But either way, it's Dungeons and Dragons. Last time, if you're just joining us, the team had come upon some druids who were of the nefarious type, seemingly from the gang that the three amigos had previously fought in the streets.
Yep,
and one of them had actually
recognized the people that killed her.
Yeah, one of them had killed Ailey previously. But
oh my god, are you okay?
They got better. Yes. It's decided to go in and give them the old what for again this time, and they did after they all turned into different forms of animals, and we had some technical difficulties with that, but we got that all fixed now. Don't worry about that. I can turn anybody I want to anything. It's great. But that's where we left off, with them all being defeated either by being killed to death or by being told to go get some drinks. So
one of these things is not like the others.
exactly.
I'm a big fan of killed to death.
They were killed to death. I mean, one of them was disintegrated, and there is only his arm, head, and leg left on the ground. Because Zupimo is just a bit like that sometimes. But once the fighting dies down, Hamon brings an invisible Codswallop back into the group. What do you guys do? Looting?
Do not expect fuck all out of me today.
Fair enough. You all kind of got wailed on by these
whatever
guys.
anyone else doing.
I
Is there loot? They want to see what's in the bodies.
There is a body.
There's a lot of bodies.
The body is the loot.
There is parts of a person as well. Yes,
as I have noted in the side column. They're for free. They're right there.
Okay, well, you may pick up the elven arm, head, and leg.
Really want all of that.
Oh yeah, Ailey was gonna pick up the arm.
Okay.
Ailey
I'll
can
take
have
the leg
The
then.
arm or the leg? I can't remember if I had decided.
I think you
June would like to loot
I
the
can't remember.
corpses.
All right, please roll an investigation check for me.
I would like to leg fight Ailey's arm.
Okay. Ailey is down for that after failing to find anything of interest and instead just got the
Okay.
thing. And the game is paused.
It is paused. Hold on.
Sorry,
Go on
we'll
to
let
the
June
fight.
do things first. I just
Yeah.
Neither of you are proficient in improvised weapons, so I'll get you guys to roll a d20 each to see how you go with
I'm not
fighting each
actually
other.
trying to fight, so it's more of a performance.
I know, but I want to.
Pick up Valen's arm and hit him over the head with it.
I just want to see how it plays out. You guys like jousting each other with an arm and a leg.
Oh,
Like, oh,
Alright.
God.
Ailey's a little bit better at pretending to sword fight with a leg than an arm. And you're just sort of
That's heavier.
flailing this arm around. It's still smooth. It's not stiff yet because it hasn't even gone through rigor at all. So it's still flapping about.
They're flopping.
Yeah.
So it's the leg.
I told you it's like Vampire Masquerade.
There's just so there are other people. There are other elves not on the borders. They were staying out of the way from what they knew to be a fight. But there are onlookers in the distance who can see a winged, horned half dragon and a very horned, very red tiefling that just still has the hooves and everything, proper demonic tiefling.
Blasted in
Motherfuckers.
blood from their recent battle.
Yeah, covered in blood and general viscera, fighting each other with a floppy leg and a floppy arm.
Dramatically.
Dramatically,
With
extremely dramatically with the performance.
So well.
Whilst
It'd be a really great
So
performance if it
believable,
wasn't
too.
so fucking morbid.
yeah,
spins.
yeah. While there is a half elf picking over the corpses of the rest of the.
Okay.
Good times.
Ailey's performance is better than mine, so I take a jab to the chest and stumble back,
Oh.
like, you've got me, and fall to the ground.
Did you need the fucking scene from Adam's Family?
Yeah,
The blood everywhere.
Yeah.
The fake blood.
fall to the ground. I don't know, my legs up in the air, twitching.
Oh lord.
Yeah.
Amazing. Anyway.
So what did Jin find?
Between the lot of them, Jin found about 20 gold pieces.
Sweet. Should I add them
16.
to my...
Yeah, if you want, 16 silver pieces and 8 copper pieces.
Sorry?
8 copper pieces. Do you need me to read those out again?
No.
Cool. Otherwise, they all have staffs of poison that you were privy to before. if you want to pick up one of those. Not sure if anyone's particularly proficient in the staves, but they may want to use one of those. Otherwise, their clothing is pretty makeshift hide clothing. They're not particularly armored. And yeah, what little gold you did find on them was like it's interesting. They, from the experiences of Thoricus and Varys and Ailey, these were affluent criminals when they were last here. It seems they've very much desperately fallen on hard times since then.
John's none the wiser. He wasn't here last time, so...
Exactly.
He's gonna start dragging the bodies into a pile so they can burn them.
Fair enough.
Ailey will want to help burn.
Can Varys grapple up to whatever the tallest building around is?
Sure. Yeah, I'd say you have no problem doing that.
Sweet.
Angelic, try it too.
Try grappling.
Yeah.
So here's an actual grapple gun. So it's like, he fires off a grapple gun. So you see once you climb up, sure. Roll an athletics check for me.
Athletics, there we go.
Yep. So the buildings in this area aren't The buildings in this area aren't particularly tall. The tallest one is like 2 stories. That you walk up to and just grapple up the side of quickly. Ledges on nicely at the top, and you just sort of walk up the side of it, holding the hook in your stirrups to get you up there properly. And then as you've settled yourself, you've unhooked it and you've tied it back up and everything, you hear just very loud grunting as this half orc has clawed his way, like you see his fingers are like puncturing the side of the building. He's
Jesus.
pulled himself all the way up to the top.
Good, good show of initiative there. Hold on.
I thought you might want a second pair of eyes.
Sure.
Oh
Help
wait,
me have a
hold on
look.
this way. I thought you might want a second pair of eyes.
Wonderful. I mean, you're taller than me, so you can already see higher. That's perfect.
Do you want me to
and-
lift you up?
Sure. Nothing terrifying about that. Alright. I will. Varus will allow himself to be picked up and have a scout around to see if we've maybe drawn some attention from any druids that might be nearby.
Sure.
How
In case these people
tall
had extra
is
backup.
How tall is Varus? Do we know?
Varus?
It is in here. Sorry, one sec.
3
He
foot.
is 3'2".
And how tall is Jared Skelly? Did we discuss that?
He's over
over
7.
7 foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he puts his arms down and as he lifts Varus up like a child, he goes, "Uppies."
I'm an entire human being. I'm a grown person. That's fine.
halfling.
That's
You're a
okay.
halfling.
Grown halfling, yes.
I am as grown as I can be.
Your
Alright,
entire
okay.
half.
I am entire half.
You know-
Fulling.
I'm also a halfling.
You're a what?
I'm half orc, half leg.
That does. Okay, cool, sweet as. All right.
You're like the other
and-
ones. They didn't have my cool muscle growth.
Okay, sure. I'm not going to think about the mechanics of that at all. I'm going to look around. What I'm going to do.
Well, you have advantage on this as Jenica's assisting you.
Perfect. I'm gonna need that assistance.
Mhm.
Hey,
Nice.
There we go. That's a 30.
All right. Yeah, you get a fantastic look in the distance down the streets on both angles. You can see that there were definitely ambushes set up in other points of access. Luckily, they are far enough away that it's probably going to be a moment or two before they realize that you are here and have defeated the other people. So you probably got maybe 10-20 minutes before they get here.
Okay. I'm gonna shout that down to everyone there.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you as well. And start making my way back down to the group.
He lowers you down. Just
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
weirdly grins at you as you pass by his face. Puts you down.
Okay. Are you good to get down by yourself, Jedek?
Jarek is 100% gonna just jump from where he is.
Okay.
He thinks he can
Well,
land. He thinks he can
Varus
do it.
is going to hook his grappling hook in and just rappel down rather than do a jump or anything.
Cool. Roll me an acrobatics check there, Jedek.
Sure.
Cool.
Oh, fuck.
All beans. Okay, roll me 2d4.
Do I just type that in the little box?
Yeah, so slash roll 2d4. Cool. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
As you land not particularly well, smash your leg into the cobblestones at the ground. It's not the worst pain you felt in your life, but you know, it's like when you stub your toe.
Mhm.
You're
True to
like,
character.
I really accidentally did this to myself.
True to character, I'm struggling with the numbers, so I had to use a calculator to figure out what 71 minus 5 was.
I'm pretty sure you could right click and go apply damage and it'll apply it to yourself.
Oh,
Can
of
you?
course it is. Oh, well,
You DM'd this before. Come on.
here we go. I'm
Don't be
the
mean.
character.
Poor
I'm
Jedi.
doing like method acting, but not being a dick. Like most method actors are.
Method himbo acting. I love it.
I'm doing method acting.
Wholesome method
I'm
acting.
falling asleep at my desk, which I did
Yeah.
not actually expect to start happening because normally I just, yeah.
Well,
Amazing.
sorry, I'm not exciting enough.
No, it's the overwhelming amount of pain. My body just wants to shut down. It's too
Jeez.
cold to go to bed right now.
Oh dear. Well,
Do you have a heater?
Pardon?
Do you have a heater?
Oh, no, I need to go turn on my electric blanket. Also, I think I figured out why the power bill's so high. The
yes.
just did like 2 loads of washing, and
Oh,
I
no.
just put it straight in the dryer.
Oh no.
Oh, be sure to leave that in the recording.
Yeah, it's staying in the recording. Anyway, I'm not editing this, so just deal with it. Unless something really bad happens. Anyway,
No doxing.
yeah, or worse. Anyway, so
Yes.
I don't know. I've seen some things.
There's certain
Anyway,
people you can't stream with because they say bad words.
anyway,
I say bad words.
yeah, you say very bad words.
No,
Darcy.
I mean that.
Anyway,
they say
we're
bad
gonna
words.
continue.
Carry on.
Varys makes it down to the ground with no problems, grappling hook wise, but does see Jeddick land poorly, but is otherwise relatively unscathed, considering the fight that you just had. Everyone else is aware of this information now. Yeah. What's the plan, everybody?
Just before anything else happens, I would like to roll my Tinker Tool check to see if I can clear last rites.
Sure thing.
Oh no, that Tinker Tool just really got me.
My Tinker's Tools.
I'm gonna roll my Tinker Tool.
Tinker Tool.
Oh, that's a good roll.
Nice.
It is.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
fixed.
Varys just like glares at his gun as he's fixing the misfire.
Yeah.
Okay.
You like got the like
Yet again.
got the like smoke clearer sort of brush, and you like quickly clear it out, and you're like, there's no reason for this, you bastard.
This should not have happened. And Varys is just gonna start thinking to himself about some solutions he might try and implement for making this gun a bit better.
Fair enough.
How far have we got towards putting the bodies in a pile by the time Varys?
I'd say by the time Varys is done, you guys have absolutely successfully moved all of the bodies into a pile.
You guys want to see my cool new smell?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Then
New
reach
magic?
out to touch one of the bodies, and it starts to decompose in front of your eyes. It sprouts fungus and moss, and it starts to rapidly turn into a gross, mushy, composted mulch with all sorts of odd things poking out of it.
That's fucking gross. Cool.
Yeah, but it's not a body anymore.
That's cool.
Just watching the bodies.
Yep.
Just watching the bodies across this time. Have any of them started to come back?
Nope.
Maybe we hold fire on the fire.
What if they come back and hunt us?
Mm.
But all of the other ones were
I set
very
fire
immediate.
to the ring. What? Fire. Set fire to the bodies. Fire.
I don't think it's necessary. Also, there are a bunch of people watching us.
Who's
I don't
watching it?
think I could make this any worse than it already
We
is.
should set them on fire because we don't know whether they're gonna come back.
I'm just gonna continue ignoring Varys, and
Yeah.
I'm poking around
Alright.
in the mulch, being
Everybody
like, "Is there
ready?
anything interesting?"
In
Ailey
the
wants to
mulch of
make sure they're
person
in
that there
a
is.
nice.
Did it sprout anything?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, again, it's like, yeah, immediately turns into that sort of this, when you like mix, I guess most people don't have this thing, but you'll have that knowledge of mixing compost after it's been there for a few months. That sort of smell and texture to it. And yeah, there is like little bits of mushroom spore you can see that's trying to take hold into it. It's not quite getting there just yet. And there does sprout a single blackened sort of daisy, but it's entirely black. It seems like it's yeah, it's
I
weird.
want it for Jamie. I want it for Jamie. I want it for Jamie.
Okay, the moment that you try to remove it from the corpse, it turns into ash.
Oh, a shame.
Ailey will help. She'll
I mean,
have
it's
fun.
it's ash now.
Yeah.
I
Well, that
tried
was
to
ash.
buck it and it just ash.
But the body itself is still just compost.
Is it the body's
Body
still
shaped compost.
Yeah, body shaped compost now.
Let the
Sweet.
body flow.
Come on, guys, let's sort this and get going.
Okay.
So
So we're gonna set the bodies on fire, yeah?
who's doing the firing? Is
Ailey.
it you're just
I
gonna?
was trying to say before that she wanted to check John's handiwork to make sure he'd set them up in a good manner for setting fire to.
Yes.
Gotta make sure the ones in the middle get done too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's only
You don't
4
want
of them,
Raw
so
corpse.
they're lined up pretty well for burning. Yes.
Otherwise, it's just like cooked elf instead of cinders.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Well, luckily it's dragonfire, so it
Yeah.
sets them on fire pretty good, and they do start
Burn, baby,
Start
burn.
burning quite quickly.
It's the Inferno.
But you will not have time to sit here and watch to make sure that they complete burning.
No, but we need to.
You gotta go
'Cause
in
it's
10 to 20
pretty.
minutes.
Yeah,
So
it
full
feels like
more
to
arrive.
make sure they're dead.
Well, so over the period of time that they've been moved, one's been decomposed, and you're burning them, that none of them have started twitching or moving, which is definitely you would expect that the most recent killed one by now would have started twitching, considering your previous experiences in this map. So
We don't know how this shit works. What if
That is
it
true.
just takes a while longer? I don't know. Depending on where we are. I don't trust it.
fair enough.
And
Well,
I
if you
don't
wait much longer,
respect these people.
it's fair. If you wait much longer, you're going to have a lot more corpses to deal with. So
Fine, let's go. I can't move because the game is paused. And
There
it
you go.
also might be a good idea for us to do some sneaky snakes.
Yeah.
And I
Alright.
whistle for Codswallop. Come here, boy.
I love how I rolled a 3 yet with pass without a trace plus my own bonuses. It's still a 14.
It's still 24.
Yeah, it's still
24.
24 with bonus without a choice. That's a 33, 24, a 33, and a 30. Jen, if you'd like to stealth as well. And a 34.
Yeah.
I don't think is Codswallop still invisible. I think
Yes.
it's only 10 minutes, or
His
was it an
ranks
hour?
to your
I'm looking for it. Hang on.
invisibility. I believe it's
Prepared.
just regular invisibility, so it's 1 hour.
1 hour, so he's still invisible.
Hang on a moment.
Oh, there he is. I had to click out of my character to see him at all.
Yep.
Hey, buddy.
So you have
Ooh,
control
world's
of
in black and
both.
white.
Yep, he does. That is his
Does
side.
he need to roll stealth with pass without a trace and invisibility?
He rolls it technically at advantage as invisibility.
Yeah,
Yep.
Hey, you got rid of a 1.
Yep.
That's how that works, right?
it
Totally.
totally is how it works.
Yep. Cool. Spell stealth as well. Yep. And
Does anyone want a slightly brain damaged black and white tuxedo cat?
Sorry,
Yes.
no.
Pretty good.
We've got too many of those down here as it is.
I just want Beckett to be anxiety free. I want to be anxiety free, but
That's
I
not
want
meant to be,
Beckett to
Ailey.
be anxiety free.
That's fair. My cat is full of anxiety, even without other cats. So
I am full of anxiety even without owning a cat.
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
won't
Love
fix
how
the anxiety, but
I
it'll be
got
fun.
a pet to help with my anxiety, and it's got more anxiety and trauma than I do. Like, come on.
Well, that means you
That is how it
being
works.
patient with said pet will help
Yeah.
you.
Treat
kinda
the
like-
pet how you want to be treated.
Exactly.
It's kind of like reparenting.
All the cuddles.
Yes.
She knows how to hear. But I have been teaching Sid to shake paws, finally.
Yes, as your parents never taught you.
Yeah.
We must heal these
That's the
wounds.
chance to learn.
Mm.
You can't stop me now, Mum and Dad.
I'm going to bring the cats into capitalism. They can shake hands now.
Amazing.
Oh no, they can strike the deals.
They can strike deals with the devil.
You don't need thumbs to shake hands.
I'm just thinking
This
of
is where you should be. Actually,
the original Sabrina TV series from the
Yeah.
90s with Salem and all the at
The
the sushi
puppet.
place, and they're like, "Can we serve him? He's a cat." It's like, but he has money.
He's got money.
yes. Anyway, yes, you successfully make it to the outskirts of the Overlord without seemingly being followed or without any more ambushes.
Sweet.
So, got a long road ahead. What do you do? What's the plan?
Leave.
Lee's
well-
just following Thoricus because Thoricus looks like they know what they're doing,
Perfect.
which is going towards Jamie, I presume.
Yes. For
Okay.
once, I do know what I'm doing.
Perfect.
Jamie. I mean, going to see.
No, you had it right.
Funny. Anyway, Well-
I have a question.
yes.
Who is that wizard that was with us, and where have they gone?
They're still with you. You have Zupimo and Hamon with you currently. They're just I don't keep their tokens on hand because otherwise it just fucking ends up with a fucking thing full of tokens all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's much
I just
easier.
wasn't
Sure.
sure because they were just gone.
Yeah.
We stashed
Oh,
two of them around the
right.
corner.
think like Final Fantasy. You gather your party into one person.
Gotcha. Okay.
I guess I could do that for your guys' tokens as well, but you know,
No,
It's
I
just
like to
easier.
think this is our marching order.
exactly. Well, those of you who have them, pull out your small versions of said horses and transform them back into their bony or metal exteriors to ride on. But you immediately notice that Jedek does not have one of those.
I thought we had a spare somewhere. Oh wait, no, we gave it to Jun, didn't we?
Yep.
Is Jun's horse still the biggest
The
horse? Because it
halflings
was
can
the
go
right size
together,
to start with.
right?
It transformed, so Jun's horse transformed to their size,
Yeah.
as it did appropriately for their half orc.
Oh.
But it is
Ailey like goes would be like, "You're a halfling, right? You said so, and you're a halfling, so you could travel together."
That's not how it works.
I mean, if you ask your horse to get bigger, then maybe.
Sure. Excuse me, horse, could you please adjust your size so that my friend here can ride on you also?
Janet takes a step forward and said, "Oh, it's fine. I have a magic pot. I can make a horse." And he pulls out from his backpack this raggedy looking, alchemy looking sort of jug. But it's not just any kind of a jug. So he so like it's magic. I can make what I want appear in here. It's great. So if I just say to the jug, magic jug, purveyor of my dreams, make me a liquid horse big enough for me to ride out of wine. And he starts shaking it.
okay. I want to do something really funny here. Can you roll me a D100, please?
Oh no.
Varys is
slash-
glancing
Oh,
between
no.
Jedek and Zupimo to get a gauge on this situation.
So what is it?
I
Sorry,
don't know whether
So
the
roll
folk
slash
tale
roll
would be part of-
D100.
I don't know if it'd be part of the D&D lore, but if it is, Ailey will be remembering the story of too much porridge with the cook little pot cook. And the tidal wave of porridge, and that's what she'd be thinking of when she sees his pot. Magic.
Well,
So I just wanted to quickly.
so as you
Wait, hold on a second.
okay.
With the jug, as he's moving it around, you can, despite him not putting anything in it, you can distinctly hear liquid sloshing around.
Mhm.
Questioning the liquid.
Sperm.
Same.
But as he's saying this, as he's saying, you know, to the jug that he wants the stuff and is trying to pour something out, nothing is coming out while he's saying those words until he says of wine, and then all of a sudden, just an entire gallon of wine just right out of the jug onto the ground.
The look of horror on Ailey's face as all
Yep.
this wine goes onto the ground.
Yep.
Now,
And
does it become a horse?
so looking at the pattern on the ground of wine that is just the gallon of wine that is on the ground, it looks like a horse shape, but it is not a full-on horse. No.
So is there room for two on the horse? is that offer still valid?
Varys turns back to his horse, Mag, and is like, so you know that thing I said before? That, please.
Meg sort of turns to you and brays. It's not like a no, but it's not a confirmation, and does not continue to
Do
grow in
you even
size.
speak horse?
No, I do not, in fact, speak horse.
You
I
do
don't know.
know, I will say, that from previous experiences, it attempts it is not strictly listening to your demands or anything. It is attempting to fulfill your needs, hence why they transform into your things, right?
Okay.
So
So the best idea would probably be to try and get Jeddick on it and see if it
exactly.
then
Yeah.
adjusts. Cool.
He looks it up and down. He's like, "Yeah, that'll work." And he just starts clapping onto the back of the horse.
You just imagine like the fucking clowns on the tiny tricycles.
Just like straddling the horse, like both
Yeah.
feet planted on the ground.
Yeah.
And he
Or like
What's
a
between your legs?
When
six
he
foot
sits
something
down,
adult on a children's rocking horse. That's
Well,
what
no,
I'm
it's a-
thinking.
No, it's a regular sized horse. It doesn't shrink down to be halfling sized for Varus.
Does it?
Varys just climbs it to get on
Yeah.
I
it.
thought it shrunk
to his feet.
down for him.
No, it shrunk. So Jin's horse shrunk down from being one that was carrying a giant half-orc to one that can carry a regular person. They stay. They normally regular sized horses, but
I'm not liking this whole
yes.
regular sized.
well, not generalized. They don't get smaller other than when you like try to pocket them like you do. They don't get smaller than that. They
Varys
don't,
is not riding a Shetland pony.
exactly.
No.
They don't become like
Yeah.
a pony or anything. They are horse skeletons. But of course, Jeddick is massive, so even for a regular size horse,
GIF
yeah.
of what I imagine.
Yeah.
Is going.
Oh my god,
So-
yes.
So initially, he just sort of leaps up onto its back. It looks for a moment like it's gonna sag underneath his weight, but then the metal sort of clunk clunk telescopes a little bit more out so that it is large enough to contain him and Varys.
Cool.
And the
All right.
you've
Sorted.
now got a 2.5 seater.
Perfect.
making himself a little, like, not in a gross way, but maybe like in a little bit of a overly familiar way, makes himself a little too comfortable. He's like, "Oh, cozy, isn't it?"
Yeah, definitely is. There's plenty of room on the horse.
Fair enough.
Off we go.
Off you go.
Ailey will be smearing more glitter onto her horse during this.
Of course. Well, it's going to take you guys. It's going to take you guys a day and a half to get where you're going. No matter what, do you guys want to? Oh, I think we've discovered this already, that you guys don't want to go through Pervalor, which is
Nope.
the water kingdom. So you're just going straight there through the swamp. So you make it a half day out of Relovalor before it starts to get dark out, nighty. You are still very much on the plains, not even approaching swamp just yet. Yeah. How do you guys want to settle in for the night?
Well,
Like,
I'll
these
find us
are-
a good place.
Yeah. Oh well, you guys are. You've been here before.
Yeah,
You get advantage. I'm pretty sure on this one.
because I've been here before. I'll take it
I don't think that's the reason.
because
Where's
it's
your-
Jamie's place.
No, you've got grasslands. This is
Oh, I
like-
thought you said swamp.
No, you haven't even got to the swamp yet.
Oh, sweet as.
This
Yeah,
is
I've got
grasslands.
advantage in grasslands. That's all good.
Yeah. And these are just wild grasslands. Like it is over Varus height grass that covers this entire like range in between these cities. You can see well off in the distance the the mountain range between Relivalor and the Fire King nation over there, or kingdom over that way. South of you, yep, and to the north, you can see the crater, as well as mountains beyond it, and you can see to the northwest, where Jamie's kingdom is. Even though it's already nighttime, there is a distinct more darkness in that general direction, from the swampy trees and just the the aura from that place.
Cool.
But yes,
Well,
you find a nice
I declare that this is a nice spot, and just stop walking, or stop my horse, with everyone there, and just belly flop into the grass and snuggle into a nest.
fair
What
enough.
time is it?
It's late, so like sunsetting.
Mm.
Yeah, it's getting on. It's been a half day trek on horses.
Janik immediately does the exact same thing. And just rolls somewhere slightly different. I don't know where he lands. He doesn't know where he lands, but he just figured that was the thing to do. So, and just belly flops and rolls.
Yeah, it's pretty soft ground.
Yeah.
You got like the top of a sort of hill. You know, there's not much variation in the landscape, but enough so that you're not, no one's coming over a slight incline to ambush you or anything. You can very much see out if you stand up, except for Varus, who at standing height would not be able to see over the grass.
He's gonna take out a Fox's fencer and just sort of clear himself a little area so that he can sit down properly.
Yeah. Otherwise, you guys set up a nice little camp. Varus clears a bit more of the grass out, so there's actually a good clearing, and the horses trample over a fair bit, and you guys generally
you
just
don't have to cut it, guys. You just flatten it down.
yeah, you guys spend enough time just mingling in the area to flatten enough of it out that you've got a pretty good crop circle of a campsite. Set up shop right there in the middle. Yeah. Who is taking first watch?
I'll do it. And I can go to sleep.
I'll join. Because Ailey's unsure about letting. Even though normally she'd be like, whatever, she's still a bit like, we don't know this person. Do we want them to be first watch? Like, alone? So yeah, Ailey wants to join. But she'll
That's
just
fair.
be like, I'll do it too. And keep you company with your wine.
I'm so sorry. It's the whole gallon emptied out of the jug. I can't make more magic till tomorrow. It's gone. You can try and look around the room to see if there's any drips, but I'm pretty sure it's all gone.
We can make some anyway. And she'll like pull out some whiskey or something.
That doesn't go in wine.
It all comes out the same.
Especially if you mush grapes into it.
Okay. We're gonna go now. Should I bring an extra cup?
Yeah, sure, we can have cups. I normally just drink from the bottle.
It's
Oh,
in my
dear.
backpack.
We can play paper, scissors, rock or something.
I'll just use the jug. It's fine.
Yeah, that
I
works.
got it. Yep. Good. Good.
Just like pour half the bottle into the jug and hold half herself for the bottle.
Fair enough.
Cheers, mate.
To new friends.
I.
This is gonna be a fun watch.
Mhm. All right.
What are
Well,
we rolling? Perception?
yeah, perception checks for your.
Nope, Ailey's too drunk.
Which is impressive. Yep. The flat perception. Okay. Yep.
How did the Rikers react when I've forgotten his name.
Jadic?
Jadic offered to do the first watch.
Thrakus?
I mean, I was already snuggling up in my nest with my dog.
Okay.
I was pretty happy.
Jin would have scowled at her and then turned into a cat and curled up somewhere.
Fair enough. Well, yes, it is a beautiful night on the plains. Not a cloud in the sky, and obviously no light pollution, so you can see standing brilliant in the sky is the swirling stars and galaxies. One of the sister moons perfectly halved, and the other one perfectly full. The night sky towering over each and every one of you. Otherwise, nice sound of crickets and other chirping of grass insects and maybe a few woodland birds and stuff like that. But otherwise a very nice night to be drunk in the plains. Yeah.
Jeddick starts trying to catch the stars in the sky.
Ailey would just be cheering him on, being like, "You're taller than me, you got this."
Really? Oh, they're just so fast.
Oh, look at that one go. Maybe that
Oh.
one's a shooting star. Or
Shoot an
maybe
arrow
my
at it.
vision's blurry.
If you got a crossbow to shoot an arrow at it. I reckon it'd
Roll
hit
for
it.
deception. No, not deception. Persuasion.
What are you? You mean him persuading you?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Roll a persuasion.
I somehow accidentally fucking closed it too. God. Oh no, there we
Yeah.
go. Switch to tab. I
You
found it.
may use your
What would I use to?
well, your insight. Your natural insight is not high enough, so it's up to you if you want to roll for it.
Nah.
Well, there you go. You've been persuaded to shoot an arrow into the sky.
Okay.
Ailey shoots an arrow into the sky towards the stars.
Is that coming back towards us?
Just
No.
off into the distance.
Oh, I mean,
you know.
it's
Might
not a
have hit a
natural
bird.
one, so it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks
You hear
okay.
off in the
Bird a tree,
distance.
You never know.
You hear off in the distance, ah! As a bird gets struck by a stray arrow.
Sorry.
I don't think that was a star, though.
Should we go get it anyway?
It could be breakfast.
Yeah. Where did it
Guess
land?
they go get it. They wander off to find it.
I don't think he has like dark vision or anything like that to be able to
Yeah,
see in the
you're
dark?
Aliens
in
does.
half orc, so you've got dark vision.
I do. Okay, good. Oh yeah, 60 feet. Okay, I'm fine. All right.
But it is well off in the distance. Like, yeah, you do not do not see the bird get hit. You heard it get hit.
I think it was this way that I shot the arrow.
Yeah, I'll let you roll another perception for that if you want.
Okay.
No, you have no idea
It's
where.
got the general direction, but
I mean,
no
you know the
idea.
general direction you shot in.
Yeah,
Exactly where it
exactly,
is.
that's what I
Still
mean, that's
no.
what the problem is.
Yeah. So,
Could Jeddick use animal handling to see if he can hear the bird?
I mean, it killed it. I'd say if it was still alive, then maybe. But you
Does
can
he
roll
understand?
you can roll another perception check if you want to see if you see where it is.
Sure.
Get a better handle on it than no.
Even worse.
Even worse. So no,
Oh.
I will say that you spend the remainder of your watch trying desperately to search the grasslands for it, for this dead bird. But you do not find it by the time that you are well and truly tired and need to get to the second person to do watch.
We should wake up the next person and get them to do their watch.
I don't know
Who is going to
was
be next?
Just pick a random person. Oh, not the other halfling though, because he can't see.
Oh, okay. Well, they're not them, I guess.
One of the other two's fine. It was just eeny meeny or something.
Okay, you start it.
Eeny meeny.
Well,
Cat tabaxi.
by its wing? Question mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that in. I'm gonna say Jeddick canonically doesn't know what a tabaxi is, but has met many of them.
And John is currently a tabaxi.
Exactly.
I forgot about that.
Hmm.
In that case, Ailey's gonna go. We shouldn't wake the kitty. We should wake the Rykus. She
Okay.
knows what she's doing. So,
How long has it been since they were drinking? Like, is he sobering up or is he still drunk?
Roll a Constitution check for me. Yeah, you're sober now.
Okay. He shakes it all off like nothing had ever happened. I think, was that a nat 20?
Yes.
Did I roll a nat 20? I feel like maybe for a nat 20, maybe he doesn't have a hangover. Like,
Oh yeah. You didn't even notice. Like
he's completely
think-
clear-headed,
yeah,
can't
you
speak for everybody. And he walks over and just gently, sorry, Kush. Kush.
What? Who's it?
It's your watch.
Oh shit. Okay. Man,
Morning.
I haven't had a grass nap in forever.
Ailey was like, "Oh wait, I've seen Janet to wake up the Rykus quick. Shake off the alcohol in case something goes wrong."
I mean, your thing lets you just be sober anyway, so
Yeah.
you didn't need to
that's
roll
true.
that, but that's fine. No hangover for you either.
I like to think you do like a magical girl Sailor Moon like transformation thing from being wasted to being sober.
Yeah, basically.
All the flashing lights and everything.
You can do advantage for both of those. Well, yeah, that's better.
I
Yeah.
do that a lot.
And so I can long rest.
Yeah,
Oh,
you guys
no.
can long rest now if you want. So you guys will properly rest after that. Yes, Thrakus. You do not sense any extra people. Nobody's sneaking up on you or anything like that. Codswallop does sort of not disappear. You lose track of him momentarily for a few moments, and then he comes back with a bird that's dead with an arrow in its side and is well dead.
I mean,
He just presents
concerning.
it to you.
Can I inspect the arrow? Like, guessing I don't recognize the arrow.
No, you roll a survival check though.
Okay.
It's definitely a freshly killed one, like within the last like few hours. So if it was in that case, considering you haven't seen anybody else other than you guys, you can imagine that it was. Yeah, you can definitely imagine that it was someone either just before you went to sleep or while you were on watch. This bird was shot and killed.
Oh my god. Who could do that?
Man, who could have done that?
All
Good to
right.
see now.
Well, I pluck and dress the bird and give Codswallop a couple of organs for his trouble. But I tuck it away for breakfast in the morning to share with everyone. I do,
Fabulous.
I do want to also collect some grass so I can start weaving a decorative little crown moment.
Grass crown?
Mhm.
Okay. No problems there.
Mm.
Cool.
I'm not going to wear it. I'm putting it away.
Fair enough. Yeah, you have no problems doing that. Just want to done it. Not even worth a roll. You successfully make it through your watch. No problems.
Sweet. Then I go and I take just a little bit of water from my water pouch and I just toss it on the tabaxi.
Well, Jen, you awaken smothered in
Just a
water.
little. Not dripping. Just
Enough to like, get the fur tacky.
What am I smothered in?
Water, just
Water?
water. Just a splash of water.
Jun is going to growl a cat growl at Thrakus.
You're it. I just go back into my little nest.
Is Thrakus going to update Jun on anything that
Apparently
she's
not.
noticed?
I was like, oh, nothing happened. Goodbye.
Okay.
I didn't get an update.
Jun is going to. We're in a forest, right?
A grassland. Like
Grassland.
it is, yeah, grass so tall that Varys cannot peer over it.
So at least like 4 feet.
Are there trees around?
In the distance, not anywhere close by.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jordan will find a spot to perch himself in the grass.
You
Okay.
might also notice a bunch of feathers beside the fire.
Yes.
Okay. Jun will pick up a feather that looks particularly lovely and fashion it into a quill and use some of the soot from the fire to just start scratching on whatever.
Okay. Sweet. Well, you may also roll me your perception check for your checking out through the night.
Ooh.
Just realized that I have my Unil overlay on. It's getting things.
Oh, how embarrassing.
It's getting the stickers that
Oh,
we're
how
doing
could
on the
you
live
possibly
thing.
go on?
I know.
Yeah.
It's going to the recording though. Yep, with a 10, not noticing much other than again the sound of some cicadas and some other grassland bugs and the occasional bird chirp from somewhere off in the distance.
The scale I'm a bit confused on because it looks like Thrakus is just like fucking gapped at miles from where we are.
Yeah, why are they over there? There you go.
Welcome back.
I think I tapped W a
didn't
couple of
move.
times. I think that was me.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I did not
That was
move
my
my
B.
token.
That was my B. But yes, you successfully make it through your watch with nothing of any particular consequence.
You
No
must be
thanks to me.
exhausted.
Mhm.
We should long rest.
Yes, you should long rest. Jun, was there anything else you would like to do during your watch?
Just pray to Null
Okay,
quietly.
keep them informed.
Yeah. Just, hey, haven't heard back from you. Do you still love me? But in, slightly less needy terms.
Okay.
Yeah, like hard to get.
Yeah. roll me a D100.
Oh.
Yeah. Still no real response there.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. All right. The sun is starting to rise, but there's still a few more hours left of everybody resting. Even though it is supposed to be Varys's turn last to look after the beat watch, you do know that he will struggle to see over the grass. But he probably has methods of getting around his horses and all that. So it's up to you how you play this.
Are there any large rocks or boulders around?
Roll me an investigation check. Yeah. You scour through a couple of blades of grass, pushing nice big swaths out of the way, and yeah, pretty close to the camp there is a nice rock jutting out of the ground that someone could stand on.
Jun will pick it up, lug it a convenient distance from the fire, and plonk it down and kind of make it sturdy in the grass.
Fair enough.
And then he's going to go nudge Varys with his shoe. Or probably claw? Foot? Paw? Paw.
Poor.
He's gonna nudge Varys with his paw.
Ah, yes. Hello? Oh,
I made you a
morning.
rock.
You what? You what, sorry?
I got you a rock for your watch.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind. And Varys will get up and start stretching. And then walk over to said rock and see how helpful it's going to be for him.
Yeah, it allows you to at least peer over the grass.
Like a meerkat.
Yeah.
Perfect. Cool. And Varys
Yeah.
will sort of just stand himself up on the rock and stare around,
Yeah.
keep an eye out.
I didn't see or hear anything, but I'm not feeling 100%, so you know. I'm pretty
Okay,
tired.
It's okay. Well, get yourself some sleep then. I'll keep an eye out for us. Thank you.
And Jin will go and curl back up wherever he was before.
Fantastic. All right. Varys,
Mm-hmm.
roll me your perception check.
Wonderful. Not good.
Well, it's as bad as you can do.
Yep.
Still better than some people.
I would rather have had a 1, honestly.
Well, yeah. You get to re-roll those.
Exactly.
Anyway.
The 2 in this game is the bane of my existence.
Yes. Well, there's no undue travelers or anything like that through the night or through your rising sun early morning. You don't spot anyone. Again, there's the early. Well, you're at the time of the early morning birds. So you get a lot of crowing and all that sort of stuff of lots of birds coming and going from roosting, and a nice chorus of cicadas throughout your watch. But otherwise pretty uneventful.
Yes. Could I also attune to the ring of sending to send off a message
You may.
as well? Cool. Varys will attune to the ring over the course of his watch and send a message to the king.
Okay.
We had to run. Druids ambushed us. Looked like they'd set up in multiple places. Bring diamonds, please. We'll send again soon. Stay safe.
Okay. You get a response back pretty quickly, which is unusual for all the sendings you've been sending. All right. I'll have it looked into. Sure, I'll see you there. And that's all you get.
Sweet. All good. And Varys will unattune from the ring of sending.
Cool. Right. Well, end of your watch. Everyone starts to awaken, rise from their slumber, getting a good stretch on. Hamon and Zupimo look pretty well rested. Hamon, however, looks like his eyes and nose are bright red. seems to be very allergic to this grass.
Oh,
You see him scratching at his eyes and face, nose.
Supemo, have you got anything for this?
Maybe. Let me check.
Okay.
It's just like,
Okay, let's
First
get you out of the grass, puppy.
first hungover and now this.
Varys will just lead him like out of the worst of the grassed area.
Um, and Superman was like, no, kind of left all of my anti-allergy stuff in another place. I have an idea though. And you see him place his hand on Hamon's shoulder, and Hamon's face shifts away, like very much like how Jun's face changes when they change into something else, and is back to his normal face without any of the red itchiness or anything. And you see Hamon take a nice deep breath of fresh air. He's like, oh, that's great. What did you do? And people sort of chuckles to himself.
Okay.
You know.
No, I feel very sick. I'm gonna bow out for the rest. I'm gonna go be sick.
Okay.
Hey, take care.
Look
fun.
after yourself.
And Supemo coyly says, well, I simply polymorphed you into a version of yourself that isn't a wimp.
I don't know if it's a wimpy thing to have your body just react badly to things.
Well, if he had learned quickly enough, he would have learned how to fix this himself.
Yeah, fair. Right. We carrying on?
I believe so.
Mhm.
I'm going to roll up my infused items.
Okay.
How many days away do we think we are from Jamie's Kingdom?
About a day.
About a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be nighttime when you arrive there in the next day.
Cool. I think he'll stick with the enhanced defense on the shield and the homunculus servant as well then.
Cool. Alrighty then. Well, you all get back upon your steeds of choice and travel out towards Jamie's.
Yeah.
It is about lunchtime ish by the time that you guys reach the swamp proper. Obviously, before you get there, there's grasslands into that. It starts getting a bit marshy. Some more and more trees are popping up until they sort of sink into the ground, and you see big roots taking place, trying to lock themselves into this more tactile sort of landscape.
Oh, I didn't long rest. Sorry, I'll
That's
do
fine.
that
Should
now.
do. Yes. You immediately feel that sort of oppressive aura that hangs around in this area of the continent. Like everywhere you turn, it feels like there's somebody watching. there's just a real air of presence here that you can't. It's just really unsettling for everyone except for Thrakus.
Ooh.
Thrakus seems fantastically at home here. As much horses walking in there, they're chirping along as in front and making sure that everyone's keeping a good time. But everyone else just feels uneasy. It's like a nice little shiver at every gust of wind, turning and looking at every broken branch, every extra loud squelch, just to make sure that it's not somebody else that's coming up on you. But
Jun is going to get his packed blade out.
fair enough. Actually, that's a good point. As you pull your pack blade, the way that you do it, where sort of shadows, pull in and coalesce as your packed weapon. It's always black and very reminiscent of Null, right? It is his weapon. When you do this here, the staff itself, the length of it is that blackened wispiness, but the blade at the end is purple. Jamie's purple. You would recognize that from every time that Thrakus has cast her clerical magic.
Jun's gonna go, what the fuck?
I would say Thrakus notices that as well. In fact, everybody probably notices that your packed weapon is different than it has been.
Jun's gonna look at, I don't know, whoever's nearest and just go, I guess we're getting closer.
Let's say it's Varys.
Got yourself an upgrade?
An upgrade or downgrade? Eh,
I mean, I like the color purple. It's up to you, I guess. It's not something I've seen before, I don't think.
Did I hear him call it a downgrade?
and like a, I don't know who's more powerful in this situation. I don't know if this is an upgrade or a downgrade kind of way, but also to try and pick it at Thrakus a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Roll a perception check for me.
Me?
Thrakus? No, Thrakus.
Thrakus.
No, you don't need
Good.
it.
Probably better for Jin that you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're at the front of the pick, and they're all behind you. So don't even notice. You're way too happy about how close you are. That
I
again,
am floating.
yeah, Thrakus is again not noticing any of the oppressive feeling, any of that at all. Just happy as Larry to be here. Everyone
I don't know
else.
who Larry is, but I'm Twitterpated.
Yeah. Yes. But as you get further and deeper, and the sun finally gets to the point where it's gonna settle and get dark, you start to notice other changes, particularly in your horses. Thrakus, obviously, their one is first. Their flames that come off of their horse, instead of being red, are purple all of a sudden. All of the the black wisping tendrils that come off of Jin's horse also turn purple, much like the end of their pack blade. Same with Ailey's horse, purple, and the gunmetal horse, the blue light that is emanating from its inside deepens and darkens until it is also that nice purple color. They are
Varus nods in approval.
returning home to their master.
Our master.
Speak for yourself.
But as the
I think
Nice,
weapon
man.
speaks for you, mate.
Sorry?
I think the pack blade speaks for you, mate.
Jin scowls at you.
I genuinely don't think Jen could ruin my mood.
Probably not.
Fair and valid.
But as the sun has finally touched the horizon, it's a nice deep red over the sky. You come upon a tower, an encampment, a fortification of sorts that you have previously seen. It is the guard tower of one of your favorite undeads. Fucking what's his name? Oh my God. Why can I not remember this? The guardsman and smither in this area is on and plus work, I guess. What's his goddamn name? Where is it? Come on.
Geraldin?
Geraldin. I believe that is the case. Yes. Correct. Now I found the right page. I will be able to remember everybody who's here. Yes, Geraldin. Geraldin's abode. As you get closer, you do hear the faint tink, tink, tink of someone hammering out some metal, which is pretty common. It's pretty much the sounding noise if you're getting close to this place every time you've ever been here.
Mm-hmm.
It is of course getting late, but you do know that means that you are right next to Saltmore proper.
Cool.
So, what are you guys doing? Anybody?
I don't know. Everyone else is leading me.
I mean,
That's true.
I'm going to see Jamie.
Alright, so Thoricus is just going to continue past.
Like, I am not looking for camp, not doing anything, so unless someone speaks up.
I don't see a problem with us just going through.
Cool. You pass by, easy enough. You'll see that extremely pale, very muscular elf standing there, working like a
Varus
machine.
is trying not to get caught, but he's absolutely just staring as they go past.
Yeah,
What,
he doesn't
what
even.
are we walking past?
Geraldin is one of the residents here of Zoltamal. He is an elf like everybody, but he is very pale and extremely muscular. So he is a smithy, and he is hammering at something, some flat piece of metal. Sparks flying, lots of heat and stuff around him. You can see the reflections of red and all that sort of stuff on him, casting really nice shadows, especially with the sun getting dim. And Varys is checking him out as you go past.
Yeah, Jen's gonna check him out as they go past as well.
Jack's gonna check him out, but he's gonna try and not get caught doing it.
I feel like Jin is going to succeed in not getting caught, and Jadek is going to fail at not getting caught for some reason.
Well, as you go past, you see him raise the hammer and in sort of like a sort of wave at you guys. Not like particularly energetic. It's more like a salute than anything else, and then just goes right back to it.
Varys
Either-
waves back.
Either not noticing that you're checking him out or not caring. But yes, you do make it into Zoltamol proper, which still, as it stands, is essentially a bunch of little hamlets and such, and a grand mansion that is Jamie's abode.
How's the area looking since last we were here?
There is
Anything
no
noticeably different?
there's no fog, which is a marked change from when you were last here.
Yeah, that stuff was everywhere.
Yes, it was. All of the paths and stuff seem freshly trimmed. It looks like someone's taken the time to clean the place up, basically. So before, when you guys were here, everything was kind of I don't care, no one's coming over sort of thing. But now, the hedges are trimmed, the grass has been lined properly, the paths are cleaned, all the lanterns are lit up for the coming night. It's not so much of a hodgepodge of things. It looks like it's really coming together as a little village. At least where you're standing right now.
Jarek's gonna be flexing in the corner, not flexing, but like trying to make his muscles look bigger than that other elf in the corner for 5 minutes, just while I go give my cat eye drops. I'll be right back.
Fair enough. All right. Well, you approach the mansion. There are a few lights on. You can see from just down below it. Mainly the tower that you've previously been in. What's his name? Elephon?
The Tinkerer?
The Tinkerer, yeah. That
Yes.
that tower. That one's got lights all on. And there's there's another light in the other side of the mansion. And otherwise it's pretty dark. But as you guys step up to the plate, up to the front of the stairs that lead up to it, you see two lights come on inside in the front part of the house, and then the sort of wrought iron fencing has lanterns that match the lanterns in the rest of the kingdom, but that weren't on, that suddenly light up. That nice purple flame lights them. Seemingly they know that you have arrived. They're ready to receive you.
Huh? Nice. Welcome.
Damn right.
All right.
Now we carry on up towards the house.
I swan on in.
Cool. Hop off your horses. Walk up to the door. Before you even have a chance to grab at the handle and make a knock, the door opens, and standing there, ready for you, is Jamie's butler, Hamon.
What's his name?
Oh,
Hamon.
Like the
Oh.
guy that we're traveling with?
No, it's yes, kind of. They're very similar. Very similar names. How did I write this down separately? So Hamon is the butler. Hamon is is the guy you're
Ah,
We've
traveling
been
with.
calling
his
the guy
name
we're
is
traveling
also
with Hamon.
Hamon.
Yeah, I think you guys have been
Yeah.
calling him Hamon. I think that I probably shortened that myself. That's my bad.
Let's just call this other guy Hamon.
There you go.
Hey, Mon.
Hamon. How you
Hamon.
doing?
Yeah. Hamon.
That was terrible. I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's my fault for naming people multiple. Yeah. Anyway.
It happens. There's
things
so
that are
many
similar.
names.
There's so many names.
Jin's gonna resist being like, Haman, meet Haman.
Fair enough.
Mostly because he doesn't like to, appear jovial ever.
Of course, of course.
Not even a single Jove.
No. Not a single Jove. He opens the door. Upon you all. And says, well, long time no see. Please, make yourself at home. He opens the other door to allow
Thank
the
you.
party inside. And of course, you all have, gotten off your horses and to step inside, and they've all reverted back to their skeletal horse forms. Hamon sort of puts his fingers in his mouth and makes a low whistle that does make Codswallop bark ever so slightly at the sound of it, which Hamon looks down at him and apologizes. I'm sorry. But the horses seemingly hear the command and start to make their way around back. I will get them stabled for you, no worries.
Thank you.
Where do you stable these?
Out the bank, we have stables.
Are they normal horse stables?
Yes.
Alright.
I mean, these are probably normal horses here, right?
Well, we have alive horses as well, but
Oh, I see.
we do
Okay.
we do also use these as, other, yeah. We
Well,
have
your
both.
horses just come in alive and also dead varieties.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. That tracks.
Well, I see you've brought more people than last time.
Yes, apologies. These are our friends Zepemo and Hamon. Meet
Ah,
Hamon.
a fellow Hamon.
Varus is like questioning.
A fellow Hamon. Well, glad to be of service. I will see to it that you're all bedded. But it is late. Do you need nourishment? I can prepare a feast.
I mean, that sounds like a lot of trouble to go to.
Oh, no, it's not. Don't worry about it. It'll be ready in a moment. You see, he
Okay.
immediately is already gone. Well, in his unnatural sort of way, where you see him step into the shadow cast by like a bookcase or something from one of the lights, and he's just gone in that shadow.
He's,
And then
he's just now in the kitchen.
yeah, you don't even know where he's gone, but he is just gone from the place that you're at.
Ah, that's so creepy, but it's so cool. God, I wish I could do that.
And then you hear from the stairs above you. No, I don't think you do want to do that. As Jamie steps down from some stairs. Those sort of powers come with a great cost.
And don't all of them?
That's a good point.
Mm.
So, what do I owe the pleasure?
I think I lost words.
I see.
I'm back.
Well, you've entered the mansion. The servant has offered to make a feast. He literally disappeared in the shadows. Jamie has stepped into the room down the staircase, at the start of the staircase. Jamie,
Did
of
we
course.
get a description of Jamie for Jake?
Yes, Jamie, of course, is a taller than average elven woman. Very lean and fine, quite pale as well, but covered in purple tattoos that she seemingly can make appear and disappear at will. Currently, they appear on her skin. Fantastic purple flowing dress down just at mainly her front, but also a little bit, cover the ass end, and very long purple hair, just down one side. And Thrakus is immediately stumped at the moment they see her. Well, you brought friends. I take it this is for the magic we'll be doing, yes?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Great.
You can go, Varys.
No, I don't want to step on your toes. Go ahead.
I don't have toes.
I don't mean to step on your hoof. I'm sorry.
Literally, all I wanted to say was yes.
Okay. Yes, this is Supemo and our friend Hamon. We've also enlisted some more help, but they said that we should contact them closer to the time, and they will arrive quite swiftly.
I see. Well, I'll have you explain it in more detail over the meal. You probably do want to contact them now so that they're here sooner rather than later.
Sure, can be done.
And Jin's just very conspicuously the only person who hasn't. No, actually, Jadak also hasn't been introduced.
Mm.
That is true.
Yeah, they're just standing there like, what a we, chopped liver.
Oh, my
I'm sure it'll
apologies.
get to us eventually.
Yes, this is our newest friend, Jedek, and our slightly less new friend, Jun.
Ah,
So you see
Mm.
her. She's continuing down the stairs. Well, she's talking to you, but she doesn't. She doesn't step. She is gliding down the stairs, without even seeming to move her feet. She reaches the bottom.
Cool.
She looks over Jedek and says, "Quite the specimen you are."
He flexes a little, like his pecs.
Yes, very impressive. And looks over at Jin. There's something. No. Your secrets are your own.
Oh, what?
Don't worry about it. Food. Let's eat. I am starving.
Oh fuck yes!
And they lead you into the kitchen. Sorry, into the dining room. And it's only been like moments since Hamon disappeared to make food. But you can see that he is already laying out like a 3-course meal. He is either like ready for this or is just it's got some kind of magic there that is capable of producing this instantaneously.
I feel like Varys bites and just asks, "How did you do that?" It's been like a minute. How did? What? Why? How? What?
Huh. Well, it's magic, obviously. I mean,
I see. I'm not knocking it. I think it's really fucking cool, but also like that's madness. Great.
well, I am glad that you were impressed.
Always.
Those of you who cast arcane spells, so I guess you, Varys, and you, Jin, roll arcane checks for me. Arcana, I mean. So producing food out of nothing is pretty. It's not like fantastically great magic. Like I think like Hero's Feast is like a level 4 spell. But this is not Hero's Feast, right? This isn't just for 8 people. He seems to be able to create, and it's also just not out of nothing. Like Hero's Feast requires a fucking chalice with like a lot. He seems to be able to apparate an unlimited amount of food for anyone, anytime. This is very powerful magic. I would say, just from the look in your face from that, maybe Jin kind of realizes that as well. At least with a 9. Sure. I'll get you both also to roll history checks.
Oh,
nice.
all right.
So, Jin, you're aware of a spell called Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion. Which allows...
It rolls right off the tongue.
It does. Which allows you to generate a temporary space, right?
Yeah.
That has a bunch of servants in it, and in there they always have food ready at all times for any number of people. Well, not any number of people. A large number of people, and it can just go. It's like an infinite space for that, and it is a pretty high level spell. But it is certainly closer to what is happening here than just like a Hero's Feast or some conjuring of food.
Is Jun's a little suspicious?
Mhm.
Is he aware of like any kind of secret trap that could be happening here?
Roll an insight check.
Oh.
No. Again, your arcane check proves to you that this is potent magic that he's pulling off here. And it is certainly food, real food that can be consumed. It's not going to kill you or anything. And the history check lets you know that this is familiar in a sense to the conjuration ability allowed by Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion. But that usually creates an extra dimensional place for you to go that lasts for 24 hours. This is a whole ass mansion that is actually in the place.
It's not like we're not stepping into a different dimension to have the food.
Exactly. And he is not like one of those like, from your knowledge of this spell, when you're in that, the servants that are in there are like ghostly figures. They're not real people that don't interact with you like that in that sort of way. But it seems like in some fashion he has been granted the pure power of those servants to serve over this solid mansion in the prime material plane.
He's the ultimate butler.
Yeah. And just by your standards, just for metrics here, Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion is a level 7 conjuration spell, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty potent magic to have in general by itself. To be able to warp it in a way that allows it to be on a person and forever, not needing to be recast every 24 hours, that's crazy magic.
Yeah.
That's like a wish level magic.
That
you could
is
almost call it divine.
Yeah. So Jun is fully aware of how much power is being wielded here.
Quite. But
Um,
Jamie sits down as though nothing's going on. So do the other three who've been here previously. And probably Jadek as well, probably sits down and immediately starts eating, I imagine.
Oh yeah, you scoff on that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's like roast chicken, roast whatever you
Oh
can think
fuck
of.
yes.
can Jun sense anything sinister?
Roll me another Arcana check.
Okay. Yeah.
You sense enough of the magic here to know that you should really actually be rolling a religion check.
Ah. That's better.
There is an undertone of sinister. There is a sort of like what seems like the intention behind this entire place, this magic, there was a sinister intention behind it when it was conjured first time. You know, when Hamon was resurrected and put into this place of servitude, it was out of spite and aggression, and you haven't seen them yet, but you can suddenly perceive a lot more entities in this building that also have extremely sinister undertones to their creation. But their usage now seems entirely benign. And just the air of confidence and pleasure you get that's radiating off of Jamie and with Thrykus next to her, which is just how can anything so pure be bad?
Jun is going to cautiously sit down and wait till the others start eating before he partakes.
Okay. Jedic's well through a whole chicken by the time you sit down. So everyone else is well into it. But I will say over the course of the meal, you explain, well, Varys and you and Thrakus explain to Jamie exactly what you're trying to do here, which is, summon, conjure enough energy to make contact with Null, find out what he can offer in regards to the Black Sun God. And Jamie is seemingly aware of a lot of the parts of this, not throughout your conversation. It seems that she is like subconsciously and peripherally aware of everything that Thrakus is aware of, but not consciously, if that makes sense. So every time you say something, you see there's a recognition behind her eyes about what's going on, but not.
But it's not like a front of the brain recognition where she immediately knows it. She's like, I've heard that, and that came from this sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Which sort of speaks to the nature of her connection to Thrakus.
Like really close, okay?
Yes.
Like so close.
So close. Okay. Well, I can certainly be used to that. I'm pretty close to the death domain, so I can certainly reach out. Yes, having some dragons here would definitely help with that. Your friend Wakelor sounds like he would be very helpful. I think maybe we don't risk having Ailey be part of it, as they've already, already seen that side of things. So, sorry, Ailey, but just in case. But yeah, Jun, your connection to Null will be very helpful as well.
Jun's just gonna nod. Did the other members of the party know that he was a servant of Null? Has he revealed that yet?
Yeah,
I don't think so. Oh, he has? Okay.
yeah. That was like the whole reason for this plan, right? Was that you were like, I can talk to Null. I have a connection.
Yeah.
And but that you hadn't heard from Null and you were really worried, so we wanted to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also like the idea that we need a death god to be like, what the fuck is going on, and please fix it.
Exactly.
If not as many as we can,
Yeah.
since apparently Asmodeus is kind of on our side now.
That's super weird.
Yeah, it's weird. It's real weird.
But I also get Kaya. Actually, I'll have her come over right now, so that we can talk about other.
The priestess?
Yes.
Okay.
The other dead gods.
I did ask. The king is also offering his assistance, and I asked them to bring some diamonds. I think that could make an offering to Jensen.
Okay. Yes, I mean, as a dead dragon himself, he might help.
I apparently dead. Allegedly dead. Definitely has died at some point.
Not as dead as
but
any god can be, I guess.
Yeah, essentially. I'm not much for religion, but I have offered prayers, and they have, as far as I've been able to tell, been received.
Well then, perhaps not as dead as we thought. Then
Seem to
perhaps
be used to a number of people.
perhaps then he can be of use as well. Perhaps we attempt to contact an alive dragon as well.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Well, it's late. I think we should turn in for the night, and please do send out your contacts now. And if you know, if we get everybody together tomorrow, we can kick this off right away.
Do you think everybody will be able to make it by tomorrow?
I don't know about Wakelaw, but the king seemed pretty adamant that we contact him close to the time. I assume he will be arriving via magic.
Yes, the king can get here at any time he needs to. I think Wakelaw can probably get here pretty quickly as well.
I can contact them tonight, though, to let them know that the morning is when we will begin our preparations.
Perfect.
Okay. Varys will immediately start attuning to the Ring of Sending,
Cool.
so he can get those out before they go to sleep.
Sweet. While you do that, there is a slight ringing. You hear coming from the kitchen area. Sort of. It starts at the kitchen area, but it sort of rings in different places of the house. You can hear echoing around, and you get the sensation of someone moving in the kitchen and then suddenly moving at the front of the house where the door is. You get the sense it's probably Hamon doing his weird shadow walk thing. You hear the door open, and you hear the sound of a very old lady stepping through the door, and greeting Hamon. And she comes up to the dining room door, and you see, first time for Jun and Jedek, the description of Kaya the first time was just, imagine the oldest woman ever. Extremely old. It seems like she's been brought back through multiple lifetimes.
He has seen some shit.
Yeah. But an extremely old elven woman, wrinkles up to none. Well, it's a long time since I've seen you guys. I hear that one of my dead gods is back to life.
Yeah, and Varys like sheepishly raises his hand. He knows that he's not responsible, but he seems to be the messenger, so he's not in the greatest of spaces about it.
Aw.
Well,
He's been prayed to in a number of different locations now around the continent.
oh, I wasn't meaning. I mean the Black Sun.
Oh, wait,
Oh.
sorry, that's one of yours?
You remember I showed you the statue that Haley recognized. You hadn't really
fuck.
confirmed it at that point. It has been a while.
God damn it. One of
And
them
yes,
will, I'm
there
sure.
was a dragon statue too. Yes, Jensen. Well, if he's also alive, then I mean, it looks like I'm getting out of a job, huh? Change my church to the Church of Resurrected Gods, I guess.
Well, I mean, We plan on at least turning one of them back into a dead god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You
keep my door-
Work your way.
Nearly.
you'll keep my doors open. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Yes, sorry. And she comes at you with speed unlike the lady of the age that she appears to be.
John is not surprised at all by this very strange and creepy new development.
Yep. But she does not aggressive. She grabs your hand and shakes it and goes, "Yes, I'm Kea. I am the proprietor, the shrine maiden of the Church of Dead Gods here in the city, I guess."
Oh. Interesting.
Yes.
I am Jin.
Oh, nice to meet you, John.
Are there many dead gods?
A handful, yes. Counted amongst them were the Black Sun, obviously, and Jinsen, Diamond Dragon. A couple of others, mainly from the time of the Cataclysm, when they were all, fighting each other, that sort of thing. There hasn't really been many known to be killed since then, so I guess that's kind of it, really. Other than, the Black Sun.
Do they often return to life?
No, this is definitely the first time I am hearing of it.
Huh.
But yes, so you're attempting to contact the Dragon God of the Dead. No, yes?
Yes.
Well, don't have much on living gods, which I kind of weird thinking of a god of death as live, right? It's just kind of weird in your brain. Anyway,
Just sort of existing.
yeah.
I'm not sure if living is necessarily the best way of thinking, but
I guess
Go on.
that's kind of true. And also, considering that these quote-unquote dead gods have been coming back, death's supposed to not
Yeah,
really
it's a-
do that.
2-for-1 special on your gods there.
Right. Maybe, perhaps, they're not really dead, just sort of slumbering? Church of Slumbering Gods. That has a nice ring to it.
It does.
does that mean that the number of gods that you worship and pantheon of gods that you worship changes over time?
It will
Like-
if more die, yes. It's not so much worship in that sense, it's more remembrance, understanding that,
Even gods die.
yes, that death is not the end for anything, for us, for gods, and more than anything else, it sort of spurned because Jamie and her family kind of put an end to all of that anyway, and pretty much
An end to
anywhere.
what?
Oh, death, of course.
John raises an eyebrow pointedly.
Did they? If your friends not inform you? She sort of, you see the robes and stuff that she's wearing, sort of clerical sort of robes. They come over her shoulders, and they've been tied around very, very much like a shrine sort of maiden sort of dress. She undoes the robe, and you see underneath. She's wearing her clothes underneath, obviously, but she sort of unbuttons the top two buttons on her shirt and pulls it down ever so slightly, so you can see where her heart would be. You can see that there is a nice, deep, thick gouge cut out, and you can see inside of her chest
Oh wow.
where there is just dust and cobwebs and nothing moving.
Huh.
Yes, all of us here are, well, were dead.
And you were brought back in some fashion.
Yes, by Jamie.
Oh, congratulations! Quite the achievement.
Yes, I guess. But obviously, when we all died, there wasn't anything there when we died. Just nothingness. So when a lot of us came back to life from Jamie and sort of moseyed around here for a little bit, we did. A lot of the people wanted to worship Jamie, obviously, but she didn't like it. Obviously, most of the time. So a lot of us went to worshipping other things. At the time, there aren't any other religions in this elven kingdom. We all believe mostly in the elements, the earth, water, earth, fire, and that. They mostly talk to the primordials and the other elementals. That's their whole shtick. But we did have many old churches from before we really got started on that and before we really separated. And so we found a lot of the old and dead gods. Now, there were some of us, of course, who believed that their cult believed that if Jamie could bring back a whole town, perhaps she could bring back a god. And it turned out that Aladan was correct, and Jamie's power was able to, in some fashion, was able to resurrect the Black Sun God. At least that's what it seems to be based on the rituals that he was performing out on that stone plinth that they've sorted out since then.
Wait. Is this something we knew already?
Yes. So
That Jamie brought back the Black Sun God?
there was a thought. So previously on Dungeons and Dragons, big flashback here. When the team was last here, Jamie's sister was still living, quotation marks living, had been cursed in a very particular way by some very potent ancient magics that were like almost forbidden, essentially, in the attempt to prevent her from being resurrected. Jamie, with all her power, was overriding that magic by basically pouring her magic into the land, hence resurrecting everyone around it, and creating a bunch of oozes and a bunch of other things. You should go back and watch those if you really care for that. But long story short, a cult here, seemingly led by Oladan, who was the gravekeeper at the time, or previously, had led a bunch of people together to worshipping the Black Sun God, and had utilized this area of magic outpouring, and seemingly summoned an avatar of the Black Sun into a magical plinth that was on the outskirts of town, and was basically feeding him Jamie's energy from here.
I see. So it wasn't Jamie herself, it was someone using her magic.
Yeah, so Oladan was using his magic. Either actually resurrecting him or simply fueling him. That part's not known. either way, it was definitely being fueled by the magic while he was sitting there.
Yep.
But Ailey hit it with the dagger and had separated that, and they had to fight with an avatar of him. Yeah. So yes. Well, now that we're up to speed, Jamie should definitely be able to contact. I'm sure she'll be able to contact any deity, alive or dead. To be honest, but it'll be good to have a dragon presence to help along with that. And
Yes, I don't mean to speak ill of your power, Jamie. You are incredibly powerful, but this ritual done without such care as we're going to give it resulted in death prior, so anything we can do to make that not happen again would be great.
yes, I'm very grateful that you would go to such lengths to protect me. I'm grateful.
Eris just nods.
We
But
don't
yes.
need more powerful people to die. Enough people are dying anyway.
That is true. And I can't really say what would happen if I did manage to die and ended up in that place, having him with all my power. I don't think that would be very good at all.
Good. You?
Jun shudders.
Varys stops himself.
Yes. So we will take every precaution that we can. Believe me.
Not least of all, getting a good night's sleep.
Exactly. Which is where we shall leave it for tonight, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
Hooray! Get it.
Yeah. Feel free, Varys, to be attuned and send messages before sleep. But the gist of it for everybody will be that Hamon will bring you all upstairs and show you to your individual rooms. Somehow they've all sort of been made up to what would best comfort you, at least in a general sense. They're all very posh and laid out.
I don't know if Jun would be comfortable in a posh.
Well, so yeah. So Ailey's, Varys's, and Thrycus's are laid out exactly like they'd previously done it, which is very nice, soft sheets, soft bed, very nice. Jedic's is probably the previous half-orc's room, which is still nice, don't get me wrong, but it's it's more akin to what he's used to. Harder bed, harder things, more robust. But for you, Jun, I imagine that when you step inside, you would feel it sort of attune to your shape changing clothing, to a point where you sort of think it and the color of the drapes change. It seems like these rooms have this similar kind of magic that your clothing does. That it's designed to best. It seems like a lot of what Jamie's recently added to a lot of the stuff that she's got is thinking about what other people would want. So, the horses, the rooms, the feasts. It seems like she's going out of her way to be guest accommodating,
Mm.
even though she hasn't had any other guests.
Jun is going to do his best to try and imagine the room as best he can into a facsimile of the Temple of Null that he first discovered when he was younger.
Yep. It does its best. There is still obviously a bed in it,
Yep.
so it ends up being like mostly that, but there's just a bed that's like stone colored in the middle of it, and some drawers off to the side. Again, like all colored like stone. But you find it oddly comforting.
Yeah, Jun would be very comforted by that. He's gonna turn into his tabaxi self and curl up on the bed. And pray to Null as he falls asleep. Like, the way that, when you're a teenager, you fall asleep texting your crush? It's like that.
Yeah. Just as you're about to get to sleep, you feel, without even rolling, you feel the tiniest bit of response from Null. Just a tiny bit of, like, the feeling equivalent of a thumbs up.
Good job, bro.
Yeah. It's almost, and in that moment, it's almost like, the connection that you shared that's been, tapering and waning whenever you're over there. It's like almost for that split moment that something about this place has cut through the interference and allowed you to have an actual connection with Null all of a sudden. And even then, all Null does is good job.
Jun is gonna take that as the most precious of highest praise, and and the barest amount of attention from Null is water in the desert to him, and so he is gonna go to sleep with a little smile on his face.
Ooh.
Perfect. Nice little kitty smile.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That's
I
where we're
gotta
gonna
go.
do.
Thank you.
No worries.
Bye.
See you next time. And you recording. See you all next time.